parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god.
The Absolute is more dangerous than you can possibly conceive. It threatens all who live. It threatens the gods.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done. Moonrise Towers beckons. I've told you all I know, and now I'll join your camp to help you face whatever's to come. With luck and the Oak Father's blessings, we might actually survive. Are you ready?
Rafraîchissez-moi la mémoire. Qu'est-ce qui nous attend déjà?
There is a terrible curse surrounding Moonrise Towers. A shadow curse that drains away all light and life. Few can resist it without dying or transforming into shadow beings. You can try to journey overland if you wish, but I strongly advise you go under. There is a tunnel leading from the Temple of Selûne right down into the Underdark and beyond. The entrance is hidden somewhere in the ruins. I believe if you find this entrance, you'll discover a route that leads to Moonrise Towers, bypassing the worst of the Shadow Curse. Aradin and his lot were looking for the same entrance. They sought an artifact called the Night Song that was supposed to be housed somewhere down there.
J'ai découvert l'entrée secrète du temple de Selûne. La voie est dégagée.
Already? If only I'd gone with you instead of Aradin. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
Vous voulez aller à Haute Lune, vous aussi? Pourquoi?
Unfinished business, and a lifetime of regret to repair. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet, if I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
Est-ce la raison pour laquelle vous avez accepté d'accompagner Aradin? Vous pensez qu'il pouvait trouver l'entrée du passage souterrain vers Haute Lune?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Et le bosquet?
I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. A bird's already been dispatched to summon her.
Pourquoi... Attends, envoyé pour la prévenir. Qui donc?
Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
Est-ce que c'est rien? Va causer un sentiment entre nous. On dirait que le bosquet est vraiment. C'est très intelligent de votre part.
Contrary to how some think of us, we druids can play politics when necessary. Now, we've quite the journey ahead. Best get started.
Ok, et voilà tout le monde habillé, prêt, frais comme des gardons. Voyons voir avec quoi je vais partir à l'aventure. Moi, on va garder Ombre de cœur, Gale.
Something the matter?
Alors, de faire route séparément, du moins pour le moment. Alors, un étrange incident s'est produit, c'est votre artefact. Il est comme venu à moi de son propre chef.
I know. I don't understand how exactly, but I felt it go to you. It's important. Keep it close.
Une petite minute, vous ne voulez pas le récupérer?
I do, but the artifact has a will of its own, and powers to enforce it. It likely won't let me take it back. The best I can do is to stay close. Bide my time. Eventually I'll need to take it. Then I'll have to see what can be done about that.
Vous ne me dites pas tout. Racontez-moi plutôt comment vous voulez te procurer.
I suppose, if we're going to keep helping each other, I might as well tell you. I was part of a group sent to retrieve it. Bring it to Baldur's Gate for our goddess. I worship Shah, the mistress of the night. It's my mission to deliver the artifact to her secret cloister in Baldur's Gate. It hurts. Now that you have the truth, please don't make a big fuss about it.
Comme j'ai envie que je sache, je vois mal comment je pourrais faire confiance à quelqu'un qui a trop secret. Vous auriez pu me dire combien de temps. Si vous pourriez prier qui vous voulez, je m'en moque, nous avons de plus gros problèmes. Bon, vous pouvez prier qui vous voulez, je m'en moque, nous avons de plus gros problèmes.
True. I didn't think you'd react so pragmatically. Perhaps I should have told you sooner.
Donc la vérité a fini par sortir nettement plus à l'avenir, je m'attends à ce que vous soyez plus honnête. Restons là pour... Elle voudrait qu'on garde un peu d'intimité, donc du coup, à l'avenir, je m'attends à ce que vous soyez plus honnête envers moi. Restons-en là pour le moment.
Gladly.
Ah, je pensais à un petit approuve, mais non, même pas. Pourquoi souffriez-vous tout à l'heure?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
Alors, vous en saviez plus que ce que vous m'avez dit? J'espère que vous serez plus honnête à l'avenir.
I'll try my best. But secrecy is ingrained in me. Lady Shah considers it greater protection than any shield or armor.
Pourquoi Char vous soumettrait-elle à une telle torture?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
Pourquoi vous fait-elle mal à ce point?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Comment pouvez-vous vivre avec?
It's less difficult than you might imagine, when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
Je voudrais parler de votre culte de char.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
Je suis d'accord avec que j'ai ici le char, si c'est ce qui vous inquiète. Faire confiance, nous sommes dans la même galère. Vous pouvez me faire confiance, nous sommes dans la même galère après tout. Allez. Et voilà.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shah, mistress of the night and lady of loss. I assume you've heard of her?
J'ai du mal à prendre plus ça. Il vient impuné par de nombreuses personnes. Intervenir cette contrée, honnêtement, votre foi. Et si vous me rafraîchissiez la mémoire?
My Lady Shah is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Yes, non. Oh putain, fascinant. Continuez, je vous prie.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shah teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shah, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
C'est vraiment... c'est pas pour moi, comment font les fidèles chats pour y inciter la personne à inventer la sort. Comment font les fidèles de Char pour inciter d'autres personnes à rejoindre le culte?
We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shah's truths.
Ouais, je suis pas du genre à juger les croyances des autres. Je mentirais si je vous dirais que ça me semble extrêmement convaincant. Il faudrait... Et plus un de ces jours.
You're wiser than most. Many people balk at our doctrine. It's the reason why we cherish secrecy. You've a habit of saying all the right things. Either you're very glib or we're kindred spirits. Maybe both, knowing myself. But yes, once we've saved ourselves, we can talk more on this.
Sujet, j'aimerais quand même mieux vous connaître, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tes couleurs préférées? Qu'est-ce qui vous incite à vénérer Char?
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Salunites tell.
Parlez-moi donc de vous, vraiment de vous, je veux dire. Pas de Char ni de votre larve.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
On va montrer ces fleurs si jamais vous envoyez. C'est vrai, vous avez traversé les plans et vous ne savez pas nager. Autre chose que vous avez... Il faudra que vous me montriez ces fleurs si jamais vous envoyez.
It's a deal.
Il y a autre chose que vous aimeriez me faire part?
No, I can't. I mean, I literally can't. There's certain things I can't remember right now. Shah's secrets must be preserved above all else. All who worship her know this. I have had certain memories suppressed, voluntarily, so that I can serve Shah without compromising her. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
Vous avez effacé vos propres souvenirs, voilà qui sont pour le moins extrêmes.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed.
J'ai envie de parler de ce qui nous est arrivé.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Que pensez-vous de moi?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Que pensez-vous de ce qui se passait au bosquet du druide?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
Et voilà, du coup, on a fini avec elle.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
Alors du coup, je m'interroge, comment se fait-il que vous en sachiez autant sur ce parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
Cette malédiction des ombres dont vous m'avez parlé, elle ne peut quand même pas être si terrible que ça, si?
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
Que savez-vous d'autre sur cette forteresse secrète des tréfonds obscurs?
Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found.
Je sais pas pourquoi, mais on dirait que vous vous sentez responsable de cette malédiction des ombres.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Savez-vous comment il est possible de stopper la malédiction des ombres?
Perhaps, but we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Lors de la fête avec les Tieflins, j'espère que je me suis pas montré trop insistant. Je me suis laissé emporter par l'excitation du moment.
There are few things that are too strong for me. and cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same.
Vous dites que vous en auriez fait autant?
Perhaps. But best to not dwell on nights past. There are plenty more yet to come.
Oh, ça oui. Comment ça se passe pour vous au camp?
With such stimulating company? Never better.
Je me demande si je n'ai pas attrapé autre chose que cette larve. Je commence à m'inquiéter.
Everything in your mind has been destroyed from what I gathered. And from the path I see you on, you are doing well at picking up the pieces. I am here to be your ear as you bear your burdens, and the arms that protect you if you can shoulder them no more. I believe you when you tell me that your symptoms do not wholly align with the makings of the parasite. But until we remove it, I doubt we will be able to isolate the rest of your troubles.
Je perds tous les jours de nouveaux souvenirs. Vous avez raison, je vais essayer de me contrôler.
Good lad, you're tougher than Blackwood.
Alors, vous avez toujours bien au campement, j'espère.
With such stimulating
Ah, voilà, tout va très bien pour lui. Volo.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Bah, attends, j'ai pas déjà parlé? Alors, est-ce que vous... Oui, voilà. Est-ce que vos recherches vous ont permis de découvrir quoi que ce soit pouvant m'aider à résoudre mon problème de parasite? Ah, apparemment oui. Yo.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable.
Très peur.
It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic after all.
Je le sens très mal. Je le sens très très mal. Putain, la taille de l'aiguille. Il y a moyen... Oui, voilà, sauvegarder. Combien de fois avez-vous déjà fait ça?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
J'en ai rêvé des centaines de fois, mais ça me rassure pas du tout, ça. Bon, allez, vas-y.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Et voilà, c'est bien, c'est maintenant qui est terminé.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push.
Serrer les poings.
Pain
putain!
shoots through your body as the needle snags on your optic nerve.
I think I have it.
The needle seesaws back and forth, plucking the nerve like a heartstring.
Oh, bother. There's some obstacle in the way. I shall need a more robust implement.
Ah ouais, bon, enfin là, c'était le plus immobile possible.
Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick.
Ouais, bon, enfin là, tu te fous de moi? Putain, il est en train de me torturer, là. Oh, la gueule de mon perse. Observez nerveusement l'ustensile tout en donnant tout de même la permission de continuer.
Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Ça fait belle lurette que je me serais cassé, vite fait bien fait. En votre souffle.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Oh, bah là, je suis
Do you
mort.
feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run.
Peu glisse à chaque. À
I
cac.
agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Ah ouais, voilà. Il a détruit mon œil, ce débile.
Drat.
He pauses,
Mince.
looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
C'est bon, t'es le prochain que je bute, mec. Bon, ben non, je vais relancer parce que là, techniquement, jamais j'aurais autorisé ce taré à venir faire quelque chose sur mon œil.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage.
Les dégâts cosmétiques m'a fait perdre un œil. Vous m'avez uniquement une espèce de crétin congénite. Vas-y.
Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do.
Intérêt à me trouver un nouvel œil. Et pas un œil de verre. Putain, je vais le buter. Je vais le défoncer.
Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. Try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
Détection de l'invisibilité. Quoi? Capable de voir les créatures invisibles à moins de 9 mètres, ces dernières... Oh! Mais c'est génial! Ah du coup, j'ai un œil de verre du coup. J'ai un œil de verre, mais du coup cet œil est magique. Et bah écoutez, c'est un mal pour un bien, on va dire. Hein. Quel débile.
What's on your mind?
C'est un congénital. Ah, il y a un petit style, hein, mine de rien. Bon, allez, on va dire que c'est bon. Alors, que pensez-vous du fait que nous ayons un vampire dans notre campement?
I know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. He's done that so far, despite his condition. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Since the party, I've had a spring in my step. And I've got you to thank.
J'ai dédié un sourire à Guichard. Moi aussi j'ai beaucoup apprécié, surtout le baiser. Quel baiser? Ah oui, bah oui. C'est une délicieuse soirée, j'espère qu'il y en aura d'autres. Moi aussi j'ai beaucoup apprécié, surtout le baiser.
Unforgettable, I'd say. The right time, the right place, and the right person. Oh, goodness. My cheeks have gone warm. Am I blushing? I must be blushing.
Such depth to the shadows. I don't care what others say about the Underdark. It's beautiful down here.
I'm used to a crypt's gloom. This is something else.
On va continuer de ramasser tous les chaudrons, hein, après tout. Ah, voilà, ça y est, ça commence à être trop lourd. Alors, on a une nouvelle page. Forcer le livre à se fermer. Absorber les accueillir, avoir un retour. Quoi? Absorber les ténèbres, les accueillir, bras ouverts et tourner la page. Attendez, je sais pas ce que ça va faire, donc du coup... Hop, on sauvegarde d'abord. Hop, un petit bonus d'assistance, ça sera jamais trop, je pense. Paf, parfait.
The glyphs scream, branding your mind with strange runes. You see time rewritten, fate undone, your future thrumming with power. The book snaps closed. You've seen too much. What profane knowledge is now seared inside of you you should never have known.
Quoi, c'est tout? Tout savoir est bon à apprendre. Ouais. Bon, on verra bien pour plus tard pour ça là, parce que je suis quasi sûr, ouais voilà, c'est un truc qui mène quelque part, on verra bien une autre fois. On va aller au tréfonds de la colonie des Mioncides. Et continuer ici. Alors. Oh, bah pourquoi il est mort lui? Il y a des trucs à me dire en plus.
The corpse twitches in response to the spell and awaits your first question.
Alors, Orange, tu es... Quel était ton rôle au sein du cercle? Tu me dis au sujet Que peut être ton rôle au sein du cercle?
Like its living counterparts, the corpse speaks in your mind.
Floating, knowing, seeing, hearing, all together, never apart.
Quel était ton rôle au sein du cercle? Ranges-tu tes objets de valeur?
To grow, to know, to be one with the circle.
Comment êtes-vous mort?
Magic. Behind the door.
Oui, derrière la porte. Comment puis-je franchir la porte pour atteindre ton trésor? Bah. D'accord. Ah merde, non, j'ai quitté. Putain, j'ai appuyé sur 4. J'ai appuyé sur 4, j'ai appuyé sur 3 comme un débile.
What is the creature doing to those corpses?
Don't.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the Underdark. She'll need an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
Allez, son défense, voir s'il y a quelque chose qu'il faut. Lui donner comment vous êtes-vous retrouvé ici? Qui vous a fait ça?
Dwegar slashed me.
Des Dwergars. C'est quoi des Dwergars? Des Dwergars. Comment vous êtes-vous retrouvé ici?
Myconids. Took pity on me. Sound lads, especially since the Greys gave him hell for it.
Charitable bunch, these Myconids. And he's more so than Korga and her pet snake.
Greys don't share. Talking hurts. Leave me. Please.
Attends, j'ai un truc pour toi. Une seconde. Alors. Bon. Faire appel à des connaissances représentant utilisées par les deux regards. On va lui donner l'antitoxine, on a l'antidote, on a ça pour on sait jamais quoi en faire.
Ah, gods. Whatever that is, I needed it. Why are you helping me?
Je pourrais pas rester. Faut-il toujours avoir une raison? C'est toujours utile d'avoir des gens qui ont une dette. Vous étiez en train de souffrir, je ne pouvais pas rester les bras croisés.
No arguments there. Felt like a hook horror was sorting through my guts. But that cure did the trick. Quick, sharp too. I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh, it hurts. Girls' garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me.
Reposez-vous et dites-moi ce que je peux faire.
Seems you're the helping kind. All right. I need you to rescue my kin. Not charity, mind. We can pay. We're Iron Hand Clan. Best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Dwegar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake.
Parlez-moi un peu de cette expédition, c'est des fouilles que cherchent les Dwergars. Des fouilles que cherchent les Dwergars.
Some dusty temple. It doesn't matter. They'll work my clan to death before they ever get near it.
D'accord, je vais trouver un semblable, je regrette d'avoir... Parlez-moi un peu de cette expédition lancée par votre clan.
Just mining for materials. Nothing unusual.
The briefest hesitation, but enough. She's lying.
But our work pays well. Help my clan and we'll make it worth your while, I swear.
Vous mentez. Bébé. Boum. Allez, dis-moi tout.
Fine. It's complicated, but my clan has trouble back in the city. A blood feud.
We were searching for something to turn the tide. That's all I can say. But it's worth a lot to us. Understand?
Arrêtez de tourner autour du pot, explique-moi tout. D'accord, je ferai tout mon possible pour libérer vos semblables.
Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here... I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some dweger ass. I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?